And I allowed the Lord to speak and to show me. And this particular thing the Lord showed me concerning us as his people. Are we doing what makes him happy? Think about that. As a father, I look at myself. As a father, I don't ask a lot of my children. But one thing I do ask them is that they be good citizens. Yes. They be good people. They be responsible. They live with integrity. These are things we should do even without being saved. These are things that should automatically be in us. Would have been instilled in us by our parents. So these are qualities that should follow us through life. And naturally, when we get salvation, it should make it even what? Better. Great. So, as parents, we don't ask them out of our children. But I begin to think about, we ask so much of God. We ask him to keep us happy. We ask him to make us happy. We ask him to give us those things that will cause us to be happy. But are you making him happy? I want to slow it down today. I want to slow it down today. I want you to listen closely because, believe it or not, he wants to be loved too. He wants to be made happy also. Am I right about that? We find here, and obviously, King David must have had something along this line in thinking of pleasing the Lord and serving the Lord, because why you ask that, preacher? Well, the Bible tells me this, that David himself asked the question, what shall I render unto the Lord? For what? For all his benefits toward me. Do we do that? Do we take time to stop and ask God, what can I do for you? Y'all don't have to be that quiet. But the fact of it is, what I'm trying to get you to see is, how many times do you ask the Lord, what can I do for you today? What can I offer you today? What can I do for you today? I want you to think about this, because as a people, we've gotten into the routine of thinking that it's all God's way and that's it. But you got just as much a responsibility. And you owe God just as much as just to say, God, I thank you. What I'm trying to tell you is, we're really not faithful enough. We enjoy his blessing. I mean, we blessed now. We've been blessed. We got fine cars, some of us 3 and 4 cars in the driveway. Good houses to live in, and good clothes to wear. Everybody's, health is good. We tend to remember or forget that we need to make him happy. He doesn't have a whole lot. I got a scripture for that too. Amen. I do. But what David was simply saying is, God, for your goodness, how can I repay you? For your blessings, how can I repay you? We get up from Monday to the next Sunday. And all week long, I would hate to think that we never stop to tell God thank you. I would not want to think that I'm in the midst of a people that don't have the presence of mind to say, I might not go like the other, but anyway I can make you happy, God. I want to try to do that. Is that all right? We need to understand who He is. We need to understand that it's not our breath that we're breathing in and out, but it's His breath. You need to understand that when you need healing, He's the healer. Oh, we get so caught up in our ways. We feel like that we don't owe Him nothing, but you owe Him everything. And He doesn't ask for much. Just a little thankfulness and a little bit of praise. Y'all ain't going to talk to me this morning. Isn't it amazing? That's all He asks. A little bit of holiness, a little bit of praise, a little bit of thankfulness. Yeah. David said, and then when I realized, see one thing about it, David realized how good God was. How good God is. Because he said, well, Lord, I'll pay my vows. In other words, God, I'm going to do for you whatever I need to do. I wish I had some people that would be, amen, so concerned about the fact, not looking at what somebody else is doing, but will say, God, if you can use anybody, use me. I wish I had a few folks that, God, if you need a sanctuary, a living sanctuary. Oh, God. See, you don't understand. It's good to come into this house, but God needs a sanctuary. They can go out on the job on the road. They can go out to the neighbor's house and they can see God living. I think the song said they be a living sanctuary. Making the Father happy. Oh God, that thing blessed me. It blessed. David said this also. David went on to say, because he realized the blessings of the Father was so good. David said in the 34th Psalm. See, sometimes this thing got to get good to you. Sometimes you just got to lose yourself in God. I wish I had somebody to help me here. You got to lose yourself in God the way your issues don't amount to too much. Do you know why church folk get depressed? Because we're focusing too much on ourselves rather than looking at God. I wish I had some help. Church folk now seem like have lost their zeal because we've taken our eyes off of Him and we placed them on us or on somebody that's worse off than us. If you won't get some help, get from somebody that's worse than you. Can I get some help in here? Well, David said in the 34th chapter of Psalms, because he had realized that I'm not offering my God nothing. You see, you got to understand the story of David and the life of David. David knew who God was. Now, no, he wasn't the perfect man, and neither are us. But one thing David knew was the power of God. And David knew the existence of God. And David knew that God was his refuge. And God was his answer. And that's why, because you know why? Because God had delivered David many times. Y'all ain't going to help me. And that's why I'm trying to help you to understand. We need to connect with God like David did. Yeah, David realized how good God was. And when he did, the Bible says, when he realized that the Ark of the Covenant had made it back to his original place, he realized realize God now is back in my presence. Oh, I'm trying to help somebody, because you need to understand that when God comes into your presence, that's the time you ought to cry out and wave your hand to the Lord. And you ought to about lose your mind in praise. I'm trying to help us, because we've gotten too complacent now. Well, the music ain't gonna play, so I ain't gonna shout. Nobody else is dancing, so I'm not gonna dance. But I come to tell you this: when you have had experience with God, and God has brought you through some trials, and He brought you through some rough stuff. Y'all ain't nobody here like that. I bless the Lord for you, but you ain't been through no rough stuff. There's some folk in the house of God that's going through some rough stuff, and they understood and understand. I got to still make my Father happy. Yes! I hope y'all will get this, because the Bible said, David said, I bless the Lord at all times. Yeah. When you want to make the Father happy, y'all gonna go with it. You will tend to not look at your own self, but start looking, God, how can I praise you? How can I magnify you? Yes, I might be down in my flesh, but now on the inside of me, I'm trying to help you strong Christians. You time now to mount up. You need to shake yourself. People in the church, we've got so sullen, we've got so quiet, we've got so still.